turned off the, that's not what... Okay, I'll have this turned on low. I'm finally resetting everything up. Okay, I'll put that on... I'll put it on 50 for now, so I can talk. But, yeah, hello again. It's been a minute since I've last recorded. Obviously it's not going to be a minute for anybody on the other side of this. But, it's been a while. It's been a few months. There's a lot that happened. I graduated. That was a while ago. I'm sure I've already said that. And then there was like a span of like maybe a month or two that I didn't have a job and I was just relaxing and making videos and stuff. And then I got a job at Target and I was like, hell yeah, it's Target. And I actually spent a good few months there. It is January 2nd as of recording this video. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. Let's hope it's better than last. But that's something we need to work on ourselves as much as possible. Yeah, so much went down. I'm still living with Neil in this apartment. We got a lot more decorations up that you can't see. I haven't played this game in a freaking minute. But yeah. Christmas happened. I celebrate Christmas with the fam. I got into Warhammer. I don't know if I did that before I stopped recording or not, but I got into Warhammer. I've painted a few minis. I'm doing a D&D campaign based on Warhammer with Neil. I've started reading the books. I'm on Fulgrim right now. I'm reading them in order. It's much more of a slow burn than some of the other books, but that's okay. Because I'm getting through it slowly but surely. Yeah. I quit my job. I quit Target. When I joined, I got, I put in that I wanted to be full-time, not seasonal worker, just like an actual... You know what? I'll start playing, actually. Okay. I'm gonna put my headphones back a little so I can hear myself applying. Yeah. So I thought I would just play this game, record, and just kind of go over working at Target and quitting and moving forward. It might be a slower or a shorter video, but that's okay. Again, I haven't been back here. Oh my goodness, in so long. Oh, there's only one guy here now. Hello? Is there anything in here? No. Yeah, so I kind of gave up on the quality of the graphics in this one. Oh, what kind of food does he eat? Fruit and veggie? Okay. I kind of gave up on the quality of the game just because, I don't know, I've done pretty much everything I could do. Hello, this is me while I'm editing. Sorry to cut in. I didn't specify this. I don't think I said it in any of the videos before, but I actually ended up taking like 300 million like little videos, like 3-minute long videos of me trying to fix the graphics and the settings and stuff like that on the computer. And this was like months ago, and so I started editing it all down into like a compilation to be all funny and whatever, and to like make more videos and content and whatever. I still have all of the videos, but the edited version that was incomplete stopped working. I guess it's just been so long since I've opened it last that the file couldn't be found anymore. and I actually had to restart the computer because it wouldn't close the editing program because it couldn't find the file, and it was like, I can't find it. So I don't think I'm gonna make that video anymore, but just know I spent like a total of like 24 non-consecutive hours just trying to figure it out and giving up, essentially. I think from the little bit I've watched of this video so far, I think it looks fine now, just because I changed up the Windows settings and stuff. I also learned a little bit about OBS, the recording, how to record stuff. To try and fix it, I think this might be the way to go. I can't remember if this was like the best graphics or like visuals you're gonna get. But like I have the best card that I can, graphics card. I've tried adjusting the settings. As of right now, I'm not gonna spend another several $1,000s on a new graphics card because I don't have that. But yeah, so whatever, it's fine. Let's read this first, and then I'll get into it. Oh, Victor. Beatrix, I've done it. I believe I've cracked the super mysterious code that was sent to me. It was astoundingly complex. I believe that the AI created this code displays a comparable intellect to my own. So very advanced. Almost alien? Oh, you're probably wondering what it said. Well, I determined this mysterious, perhaps even alien AI sent a message that says, hello. Not much, but pleasantries count for something. More importantly, though, the moment I cracked it, I received another message. It's almost as though this mysterious AI is monitoring me. How exciting. I haven't decrypted it yet, but the code is considerably more complex. This should be fun. Well, back to work as ever. Nice. Oop. Ogden. I like him. Oh. Hola. Okay. What name should I give this guy? I don't have much range, so I don't want to, like, overdo it. Hola, Beatrix. Are you there? It's me, Ogden Ortiz. I hear if you're off on a new bigot, I'm losing it already. Why are all these men? I can do female voices, I can't do... Oh, what if I get... I hear you're off on a big new adventure on a mysterious island filled with secrets and danger and maybe a few succulent fruits or veggies the world has never seen before. Perfect. You know I had to ask. Ever since you got me a steady supply of cucadoba fruits, I've been reaching for even greater culinary heights with the far, far range. Plus, I'm getting pretty tired of eating cucadoba pie, cucadoba souffle, cucadoba pudding, cucadoba con carne, oh my god. I can speak Spanish. Yeah, it's all that. I'm running out of ideas and willpower. So if you see something new, please tell me all about it. Tasty treats aside, I want to know all about the new flora and fauna you discovered. Never forget, every bit of this wild world is precious and worth our care and respect. Never forget. And stay hydrated out there. All that adventuring will work up a sweat, so take this water tap. Oh. Good luck, Beatrix. Keep me posted. I'm rooting for you. Oh, I like him. Okay. Portable water tap. Okay. Okay. That was a lot. I think what I need to do... Let's see. Just real quick, I'm just gonna check out the, Okay, it's still not great. But, getting back into it. So yeah, I quit my job Here's the thing. Target itself, the job itself was easy enough. The coworkers I had were great. It's, first of all, a little bit of the customers, they're kind of all assholes. But that's kind of all retail. And it was much worse at my first job. It was much worse. But, no, it was the management that here's the thing. I'm not really like oh, fuck you. I'm not a person who has a problem with dealing with shitty management, usually. I can handle a lot of, like, shittiness. Just, like, generally. I can deal with their bullshit, usually. I can deal with them being assholes and telling me what to do. I'm not one of those people who are, like, hypersensitive and can't get over, like, being yelled at or whatever. But it got to a point where they were micromanaging to, like, crazy degrees. It was no longer about the customer. It was no longer about quality or getting the customer what they want or, you know, like, treating the customer right. It was about, get this quota down. Get these statistics up. Get this, you know, we want to be in the green right here. And then when they did finally reach a good point, because the target that I worked at was, like, the worst in the region, you know, like, really, really, really bad. They said, congratulations, we're doing good. Here is a 50-cent raise. And now here is double the work that we expect you to reach, right? And I was like, fine, whatever. It lasted a good few months. But then a few, you know, it got to a point where going in and, like, forcing myself to just, you know, get the workday done, whatever. I can usually do that, but it got to a point where I almost wanted to call off every single day of my life because the busy season, you know, winter, Christmas season, it got bad. And I was working 6 to 7 days a week, mostly like 6 days a week. There was like one week that I worked 6 days a week, actually. And the others were like 5 days a week, which is like a normal time. But it was just like, I don't know. It could have been me just like getting overwhelmed with being, going from having like 3 days of college and then going home and being totally done with it for the next 2 days or whatever. Or, I don't know what it was, but like I was not able to handle it very well. And then over time, the management got to be so much more overbearing. Oh my gosh. Okay. The music's loud. The music is so loud. I'm gonna actually keep it down here. Yeah, no, it just got to be so overbearing that I was like on edge at all fucking times. To the point where I couldn't fucking do shit without being yelled at. I was actually one of the better treated of the, I was one of the better treated of all of my coworkers. You know, I got the 40 hours a week that I wanted. I just kind of agreed to doing whatever shit they wanted me to do. So on and so forth. But, like, they would just, like, micromanage everything, and there's no way for you to make them happy. And it got to a point where I was watching all of my coworkers being just ripped to shreds, like, in public, out of nowhere, for doing the right thing, even. They were starting to do illegal practices where it was, you know, overworking people, purposefully. Ooh. Oh my gosh, please, my mouse does not want to work. Purposefully scheduling them, ooh. purposefully scheduling them, like, so too much to the... Oh my gosh, move the mouse. God damn. I'm moving the mouse. Eee! Oh, don't eat it. 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 Fuck you! Dabby. Okay. My goodness. I'm getting distracted so easily because I struggle to talk and play at the same time. But what I was saying was, they would schedule people, a midnight shift. So the latest you could work on like a normal, and like the normal season is until midnight, 2 hours after this store closes. And then they would put them on the 6 a.m. shift, which, if you don't know, is illegal. There needs to be at least 8 hours of break between shifts, legally. And that does not include, like, if you pick up an extra shift or whatever. But, like, just scheduling-wise, you're not allowed to do that. But, he did it to me, my manager did it to me once. Well, that was a decision to make. He's done it to me once, and I'm lucky, considering he usually does this to people, like, multiple times. To, what I assume, exhaust them. And so that they don't have the energy to fight back. And also because he wants to hire fewer people. Come on. Oh gosh, it's like everywhere. I think I could just leave, but I don't want to. To exhaust them and to overwork them, and then when they fuck up, quote unquote, by either not waking up on time because they're so exhausted they just oversleep, or they make a mistake because they are exhausted and overworked, he just has that right to fire them. He has that reason to fire them, which, by the way, that shouldn't even matter, because I live in a state where it's right to like, at will. Like, they don't need a reason to fire you. They can just fire you. So, them choosing to do that on their own is, like, kind of wild. You know, them choosing to do that instead is kind of wild. I have no idea where I am. Is that the map? Yeah. Wow, I'm far away. Okay. But yeah, so that's one thing. He's also, another, I don't know if this is a law or a store policy, but you're not allowed to change somebody's schedule, less than a day in advance, and you have to notify them. They have to be notified of this change, regardless. Whether through text, like verbal, or like through email or whatever, what have you, you have to notify them. But that's not what he was doing. He would just like randomly change somebody's schedule out of nowhere and then not tell them, and then they'd show up at the wrong time. And then he'd be like, "You're fired." One of my friends, he always worked the night shift because he has a kid, and so, you know, his wife would work the day shift, he'd work the night shift, dual income, and, you know, they'd both be able to take care of his baby, like his like young child. But then out of nowhere, my manager decided to change his schedule on him, and make him a morning shift person out of nowhere for no reason. There was no change in like who was working there. And it is pretty well known that my manager is racist as fuck. Was racist as fuck. I don't work for him, obviously. And my friend who he did this to, is Hispanic. And I'm not saying necessarily it's the same thing. There's for the same reason or anything. I'm just saying, shocking? Not really. But yeah, that mixed with a bunch of other things. The final straw for me, because what I was going to do was wait until the season was over, get that cash, and then when they decided to cut our hours to, like, less than half of what we were told we were going to get, for, like, the off-season, for, like, January and stuff, I'd just put in my 2 weeks, finish the 2 weeks, use that time to find a new job, and then call it quits, right? But after my supervisor decided to come up and start throwing a literal meltdown over me and my other friend, who the other team leads and supervisors hated her, and so anytime we were together, they treated me like shit too. They played clear favorites and everything like that. But, she threw a tantrum over us having our breaks that were already scheduled back to back. They are super, like, anal about taking breaks on time. And so I took my break on time. It was like 5:15, right? Because I worked the night shift. And so my friend, her break was supposed to be 5:30. It's a 15-minute break. We'd have to be, like, walking past each other, essentially, to be perfectly on time. But there was nothing else to do. It was, like, a super, super slow day. We had another person working at the same time. And so she took her break 10 minutes early. I only had 5 minutes left. She was just starting her break, so the overlap was, like, minimal, you know? And so we take the break. The 5 minutes finishes. Two of the supervisors come up, they walk past, they see us, they give us dirty fucking looks like they're fucking teenagers, you know? These are fully grown adults, and yet they act like teenagers, right? And so finally, my supervisor comes up, pretty much red-faced, and just starts going fucking off on us, like, out of fucking nowhere, you know? And she's like, "You've been up here for 20 minutes. Wrong. My friend was up there for about 9. Because we keep track of the time, obviously. She started being like, there's 3, batches, sets of orders that we need to be taking. The other person working with you already had to get into one late. Not late. It was like, they had plenty of time. I ended up taking a batch at the same, like, for the same amount of time, and I got it done super easily. And I've only been working there for a few months, They had plenty of time. And she just started going off on us, just in the middle of the, like, break room, right? And so we obviously defend ourselves. We end up having multiple people defend us. Oops, sorry, bud. Eat it! Eat it! Eat it! What are you doing? What are you doing? Bruh. Eat it. Bruh. Eat it. Okay, thank you. Gosh. So we have like 4 people. We have like 4 people defending us at this point. And it goes on for like 2 or 3 minutes. My break had ended before she even came upstairs. Like 10 seconds before she came upstairs, I was like already packing up to walk down, right? And this is just turning into a gossip session, but that's okay. But I end up, we're like, okay, whatever, fuck you. And at this point, I was already pissed to be there on my fucking weekend. I was pissed because my car broke down and my car is still like not running. Like, I can't even turn it on unless we jump it. So we don't know if it's the battery or the auxiliary. We have to test it, and that's something we're gonna do today. And even then, we have to get a new battery, and that's gonna cost a lot. And then we have to like set it up, and maybe we need to call a mechanic or blah blah blah. And I had to it was like I was already pissed as shit and not wanting to be there and having to have somebody else drive me and blah blah blah. And so that just kind of set me off, and I was like, I'm quitting tonight. And so I did. And the only people who know is Neil, obviously me, and obviously my coworkers, and my friend who was also yelled at. She quit the same day, but she quit halfway through the shift, and I decided to stay back. I quit over like the jobs like website, like company website. And so the way it works is that it's like you have to like go through a bunch of like different sections. Obviously it's like hidden away, but then you can just click resign from job. You'll give the date and then the reason why. It's kind of optional, but like it's like a list of things that you can say why, so it's not like you're typing out exactly what happened. But yeah, I ended up doing that, but since it was already 12 a.m., it was like 12:30 when I quit, it forced me to put the last day of my job to be that day, which I was scheduled to be that day. And so later on, I found that all of the shifts that I had were taken off schedule except for that day's. And so I just put in the last of my PTO. I had like the perfect amount of PTO to put in. And so so that was fun. But that was like a few days ago. Yeah, it was like 3 days ago that happened. I spent the day that I put in the PTO, I spent that day literally just sleeping. I was so exhausted because they work you to the bone there. And then the next day I spent all day cleaning. Because we had like New Year's Eve. That was New Year's Eve. So I spent that entire day just cleaning the shit out of the apartment because I haven't had the time or the energy to do it when I was working nonstop. So, yeah. That's what was happening. So that's pretty much up to date. The last couple days were, New Year's. So I didn't do much in terms of research into like new jobs. My parents really want me to go into law school to like get a better degree than the one I had before, because I'll admit it was not the smartest thing to get an art history degree, but like that was the only thing that was going to keep me through going through college. But like whatever. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep a bunch of pink slimes, just so that they can eat up all of this extra food that I got lying around until I can get new whatevers. Let's see, corral, 250. Yeah, sure. A silo. 450 for an incinerator. 50 for pond, but I don't really find... I haven't found any, Okay, actually, we'll see. We'll leave that there. Because I don't want to keep selling the pink slimes. They're so low. We'll see. Yeah, so the last couple days, I've kind of just been relaxing, you know, trying to just get settled back into not constantly working. And like, I do think that I would have been fine if management wasn't so anal. I think, cause like I've never had a problem with like the 8-hour workday, 5 days a week. Do I think that I want to live the rest of my life being a 9-to-5 motherfucker? No, of course not. Do I want to have more freedom and not worry about money too much? No, of course. But you have to think realistically. And sometimes the most realistic thing is just suffering for a little while, making that mod, and living comfortably. Saving up for retirement. Right, so now I'm just looking for a new job. I took a look at the LSAT because my parents want me to go into law school. And turns out taking the LSAT and prepping for it is something that you want to do months in advance, believe it or not, right? And so, I'm gonna be honest, if I have to go to school so that I can test to go into school and to do this thing that I'm not really sure I want to do, just for the sake of making my parents happy or whatever, I don't think it's worth it. I'm not super excited about getting into law. Even if I got in, even if it was the easiest test in the world, even if I didn't have to study for it, I don't really want to do that. It's, you know? I mean, what I could do is go into accounting, because, you know, it's only been like however long, like 8 months or something, 9 months. I'll say 10 for safety. Since I've gotten my transcript from college. And so I'm pretty sure I can use that to just like go back to ISU, where I went to college, and get like an accounting degree. Something easy, something that doesn't take tons of like hard effort, you know. Whatever. Something that'll get me a job outside of retail, you know. And I don't know. Because that also doesn't excite me. What excites me is not working. You know, the idea of like having a job that I don't have to worry about. Jeez! My goodness. Get over here. Oh my god, there are so many of you. Okay, I need an incinerator. I need to get rid of all of these. It cost me money to get rid of the... whatever. Oh, because I sold the plot. Damn it! Oh, I should have looked. Whatever, I'll just throw them all into the sea. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so I'm at this point where I'm like, what do I do now? If I just go, because here's the thing. I think it's not a bad idea to just get another job, get another easy retail job that pays, what, 16, 17 an hour, just so I can pay for my life. Get it part-time so that I can focus on career searching or school searching. I don't think that's a bad idea. I need just enough to pay these bills, and luckily, right now, it's pretty cheap for me, because I got the right stuff. I got what I needed to live pretty feebly. Right? So, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So I've just kind of been stressing a bit. I think that this will give me the opportunity to look more into, like, doing these long-term projects, like... Ooh, do I have another message? What the hell? Doing these long-term projects, like making videos, actually posting them for once, God. You know, getting into singing. You know, I was in choir for a while and I love singing. You know, getting into consistent art making. I had to drop that for both college and, well, for high school, college, and working. If I can get a good job for part-time, I don't give a shit if I'm, like, doing more of the same retail work. If I can build up these skills, I can put those on my resume, or I can, like, create a job out of this, you know? It's... I'm not really sure where it's gonna take me, and one of those things where you know, you see all the trend right now that's going on is, like, you remember when you quit your job and got on that plane to this other country? When you remember when you got offered this opportunity and you thought it was gonna do nothing? It is necessary for you to do that, and then it shows them, like, succeeding because they just took this leap of faith, and it's like, is this my leap of faith? Probably not. You know, as much as I'd love to have one of those moments, I don't think I'm going to. I have to think realistically here, and most people don't have one of those. I'm okay with not making money off of this. I'm okay with not making money off of art or choir or whatever. Okay. But it would be nice to, like, not want to kill myself every day of my life and work until I'm dead. So that's, you know, there's a lot of stresses. Alright, Victor, what do you have? Oh, Beatrix, I was up all night trying to synthesize the perfect gift for you. Hypothesizing, testing, throwing my results in the trash, starting all over again. I feel you. Finally, I discovered an alternate method. Shopping for something online. The process was surprisingly straightforward. I know. Ooh. Aw, a pinwheel. That's cute. Mochi! Hey, B. Those drones you've been finding all over the island, there's something weird about them. Hey, I got eyes in the sky and I'm gonna use them. I'm also readying a team of drones to head over there and check things out in a more hands-on fashion, but I digress. Anyway, that drone seems super advanced, almost almost alien. And so I thought, okay, there's some aliens out there checking out Rainbow Island just like you. But no, I don't think so. Because it looks a lot like the drones we use, but so much more familiar to me. Almost like it's giving me deja vu. It's kind of creepy. Hey, don't be scared. It's probably just aliens. Giant three-headed aliens with huge claws that are looking for humans to capture, or eat, or both. Bwahahaha. Later, B. I like her. She's funny. Okay, so decorations, maybe? Alright, well that's fun. Looks like honey is... Okay, the rocks are getting more expensivo. Tabbies too. Those, I don't think I've ever gotten one of those. Or that. I don't know why they're going down. That's, the pond blorb, right? Those are nocturnal, so... Alright, I think it's time for me to go into a new area. I did at one point do that. I don't know where that was. Right, I didn't open up the map here, but I think I made it. Okay. If only the map would show up like on the screen so that I could see where I'm going. But yeah. Anyways, that's all of my problems that I just dumped onto you. It'll be fine. It always works out in the end. So, as long as I work hard and get shit done, instead of just letting it fester. Obviously, I'm going to search for a new job. I've taken a look already today, just before starting this, so it's not a big deal to me. Right now, the economy is not great. Jesus. Yeah, the economy's not great. Unemployment's really fucked. But I've gotten a job before, and there's a lot of retail experience that I have that allows me to get retail jobs. And those are shit, and I don't want them, but they allow me to do shit. So I gotta take what I got, what I can get. Hello, friend. Is this new? I think I've already opened you. The Prisma waves seem to affect each area of the island differently, expressing a full spectrum of color in some places, but alternating between or splitting the spectrum in others, and they actively change, sometimes quickly and constantly, others more slowly. In my first year here, every season looked different to me. It was lovely while it lasted. Aww. Okay, so aliens is just like a thing in this universe, or... Alright. I really want to get back in. I haven't beaten many Legend of Zelda games, but I love Legend of Zelda. I'd love to get into like setting up my computer to be able to play Zelda games, like on recording. I think I'd be a little better at that than I am at this, but that's okay. For now, ooh, you're angry. Veggie, fruit, and meat. Oh, okay, we can find something like that. Give me. Oh, did you turn into that? Okay. A lot of you are angry and hungry, and I just backed myself into a corner. Oh, gosh. Alright, where do I go? Oh. Nope. Please! Gosh. I can't find my wood. Alright. Yeah, no biggie. It's fine. Alright. Well, I didn't do much. I didn't do much today, but, ooh, you are hungry, which I can feed you. Give. I don't know why I pick up so many. It's not like you need it. Are you also hungry? Alright. Yeah, so I didn't do much in the game, but I kind of refound where I was. And kind of explained where I've been. And I think that's all that matters at this point. I'll keep playing. I think what I'm just gonna have to do in the game is grind and get some new plorts and shit. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with all this shit. I'd like to open up a new plot to build an incinerator because I have so much fucking food. And that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. I don't think I have the space. But yeah. Catching up. Settling in. Figuring it out. I think I'm just gonna start posting videos. I try not to do that much editing, but it still takes me like an hour or two to just do it and then rewatch it and make sure everything's right. I do almost no editing. I try not to. I cut out blank moments and like when it doesn't make sense, I cut that out and stuff like that, but that's pretty much it. Alright. Goodbye.